Good morning, dreamers. I know it's been a while. Way too long. So much has happened. Oh, Easter. We were away for Easter because Carl had an East Coast trip and there was an opportunity for us to go and visit his mom, who is very, very sick. We've been through a lot the last 3 months. It was interesting because I was talking to my therapist and he said, whew, you guys have had 0 newlywed time. And I'm like, yeah, well, we're not 20 anymore. And he's like, no, but you still need that foundational building time. He's like, your whole marriage has been filled with stress because we were counting back the months. What happened this month, what happened that month, etc. And I'm like, well, it started in the summer with his mom being diagnosed with a rapidly forming cancer, and their plans to come visit us and meet me and the kids, it's gone. And I said, and then they couldn't come to the wedding either. And then my dad had a heart attack, and like it wasn't just since we've been married, but the day after we got married, we got back from our honeymoon, we were in the hospital for Carl's health, and it was like, oh yeah, I'm not imagining this. I'm not imagining it. It's very big. And so it was just interesting that the therapist was very helpful in reminding me that I'm not imagining just how tired and empty I am. Oh, it was so funny. Okay, so these here, yesterday I was washing my face and Jimmy comes up and he's like, Gucci. And I'm like, what? Why are you poking my face, first of all? And second of all, what do you mean Gucci? Because I know the kids have their little code words for everything. And he's like, well, they're pretty bags, so they must be Gucci. Anyway, so apparently I have brand name bags under my eyes. It was funny. So yeah, lots have happened. It was I'm laughing today. We've been back for a week. But the number of people that have gone, oh, great vacation, eh? No, it was not a vacation. What? And it shows that you only see what people put on Facebook. And so Carl posts the happy pictures of us in the with the sunset behind us and everything's great. Like, our smiles are so big because holy cow, we stopped driving for a minute. Like, it was really good, and I'm glad I went. I'm so glad I went. But I missed out on some really key things with my kids. Missed out on family Easter dinner. Not a problem, because I got to see other family that we wouldn't have been able to see. You cannot do everything. And it was really important that I let my family take care of my kids, and I go with my husband to see his parents. Like, that was really, really important. And I'm glad we did it. And it was important for me to see the stuff at the truck stop, like how far you have to walk to get to the building, because these trucks take up space. It's not just your mall parking lot, right? Like, this is huge. And it was just really interesting for me to see how things are, and the wait times of once you're in a door and you don't know what's going on in the warehouse. They could come to you in 3 hours. They could come to you in 20 minutes. They could come to you in a day. You are stuck in that door until they jolly well get to you. And so it was those types of things. I was really glad I got to see into his life, because he'd had a month and a half seeing into ours. And so it was really good. And my body got anxious and wanted to move because I couldn't. But I'm also very thankful for regular Wi-Fi, because I was working, and that's what people didn't seem to get. And I was trying not to be snarky with people, but I was balancing a laptop on my lap while trying to get all my files. Like, if you see my office, I have 2 computer screens. I have 2 desks. I spread out. And the hours are not regular for truckers, and I'm so thankful I've seen that. But trying to fit a 9 to 5 in that zone and get everything done that needs to get done. I'm not complaining. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, it was hard work. And so we arrived Wednesday night, and I hit the ground running Thursday. I'm working 2 jobs, Thursday and Friday. Worship team Sunday. So Saturday is all prep so that I can get groceries back in the house for the kids and me, and so we can prep for him to leave again on Sunday. So he has Thursday, and he can putter around, he can go out for breakfast, he got laundry done. I'm not saying he didn't do anything. I'm just saying I didn't get the rest, My Weird Al hair today. It's so funny. But this is the first time I've had to sit down and talk with you guys since we got back. And so it was really humorous to me. Now it's humorous. It was actually quite annoying when it was being said to me at the beginning, because I'm so exhausted. My neck is still completely shot. I've been to massage, been to chiropractor, and it's done for a bit, and it's going to have to work its way out. But it's, so I got back to a beautiful sunny day, which was great. And it was just like, are you all refreshed from your vacation? And I was like, no, I'm not refreshed from. And it was not one person. It was multiple, again and again and again. Wasn't that great? Aren't you going to become a trucker now? And I'm like, not if I have to work my 9 to 5 at the same time. It's not the romantic career that some may think it is. I don't know, but it's hard work, and I'm so grateful that I see how hard it is. And so that was it was a really great trip that I'm glad I went on. But it meant I did not see you guys, because holy cow, the data, I have like $300 worth of extra data this month. But it was just one of those things you need to do. You have to do it. And when the opportunity comes, I'm glad that I now know how I can work in an emergency setting if I need to. Like, even through COVID, I didn't have to work remotely because I was the only one in the building, so I could go in. So I didn't even get that. I didn't have that need. It was a privilege that I could go out of my home to work every day. And so it was such an honor and privilege that I hadn't set up remote working capabilities, but now I know how. Anyway, I think the thing that my God is working on in my spirit is that, one, it doesn't matter what people think about your life. You need to live the life that God's given you. Our pastor talked about it. My mom says it all the time. There's a moment where Jesus is talking to Peter at the end of the book of John, and Jesus is like, hey, Peter, you're going to die for me. It's not going to be fun, man. It's not going to be fun. And he's warning them. And Peter's like, he looks over Jesus' shoulder and he sees John, the beloved disciple. And he's like, yeah, but will John die for me? For you? Like, what about him? What about him? And there's so much of that in the world around us today. What about him? What about her? What about, right? Because these people who are asking me if I had a great vacation, it's probably because they're desperate for their own vacation and they're trying to live vicariously through me because they are so tired themselves. They're probably coming from that perspective. And so what about him? What about her? And Jesus turns to Peter and goes, what's it to you? He's got an assignment that he better do well. You have an assignment that you got to do well. And so, because one person, it was a funny question because it was not about vacation. He's like, so you're going to switch careers? Right? Because a lot of people were just assuming that this was me getting a taste for the road and I'm going to literally get my trucker's license. Now we're going to team drive. So it was me anticipating a switch of career. No. But this guy was so funny because he's like, are you going to switch careers? In other words, Carl stuck behind a desk crunching numbers all day. And having to work several different computer programs, not happening. He can be a techie on his phone and social media all day long, but that, not happening. And I was just like, that was the funniest thing I'd heard about this trip, because I have an assignment, and my assignment is to work with Fortress and get the Fortress stuff done and do it well and do it with as much oomph as I can give it. Carl has an assignment. It's to be a trucker and to bring joy to the people that he walks into the truck stops and he's, hey, how's it going? And they light up when they see him. And it's really cool because he just gives them thanks. He just uses manners. And I'm not saying the other guys don't use manners, but he is very good at that. And so when you compare I want this, and this, please. There's a please thrown on the end, but it's just that. And then you have Carl. Hey, how's your shift going? May I please have? Right? And it's just this different. And he brings joy to people. And that's his job. That's his mission. That's his assignment. And we all have different assignments. And so that is probably the biggest thing that God is working on in my spirit is what's it to you? Do your assignment and do it well. Really, really well. And then the other is be flexible within that assignment. Be flexible. I need to have space to have open arms to whatever comes my way. And if that means supporting my husband by going on a really difficult trip, what is it? It's less than 2 weeks of your life, Marilyn. Get over yourself and go. Life isn't about comfort. But if I'm going to love God and love my neighbor, I have to look at the neighbor within my own home. How am I loving my kids? How am I loving who they have been created to be? I don't have to understand them. I said to my father-in-law, because he's like, yeah, getting out of your comfort zone is really healthy. And I'm like, between my kids and Carl, I don't even know where my comfort zone is. I don't know. So I think my comfort zone is here, chatting with you and drinking my coffee at Grandma's table. I really do. I got excited and I spilled my coffee, so it's like everywhere. But I missed you. I hope God is doing something in your life. I hope you are growing and learning as an individual. I'd love to hear about it sometime. And I'll try not to make these super long, but I'll try to get back to at least one a week for you. I miss you a lot. And please, please know that I love you.